What is up, YouTube? KM888 here, and I'm here with the full in-depth deck profile of my Onoma Ryzeal deck list. I've already released a couple of shorts from this list, a list that I had like 2 weeks ago, and then the updated list should be on my channel already. Now, why the updated in-depth deck profile? I have a couple of reasons why I'm running the deck like this, and I really wanted to explain myself, why I opted for some choices, and why I'm running these cards. And I thought it would be in your guys' interest to see this deck profile right before European Championship is coming up. So if you are going through there and you want to run this list, maybe I can convince you to run it like this, or if you already wanted to run it like this, but like now I can give you some more insight tips. So something along those lines. On top of that, I have the pure one card Dodo Warrior combo on the end of this video. So if you want to check that out, definitely check out the entire video because it's really crucial. So first things first for the deck profile. For the Onoma engine, I am running Triple Warrior, I am running Glove, I'm running the Coat, Gambara Knight, 1 pickup, and 3 Onomatoperas. Now, I have cut down on the Utopic Onomatopera and on the Go-Go Goblinberg. Simple reason, if you open Goblinberg and you want to do your combo, because I'm not on Traptrick for Felicia anymore, I cut a couple of things. You are going to summon the Go-Go Glove with the Goblinberg. And then you want to detach the Goblinberg because that one is the one that is giving you the follow-up, the searches of the Dodo Warrior. But then you're already stuck because you don't have, like, the glove is stuck underneath your first exceed. So you'd have to play 2 gloves already, which is terrible. You just hate it. So you never want to really start with the Goblinberg. So it's only there as your last search of the Gambara Knight. Check out my 1.5 card combo to see what I'm talking about. And basically, it's kind of a semi-brick. The Utopic Onomatopera, it's only a normal summon. It's not a special summon. So in Doom of Dimension, I believe the set is called, the next one, there's going to be a Kagetomatopera card or something, like the Kagetokage Onomatopera fusion. It's a level 4. It can special summon itself on the field if you have any of the Gagaga, Go-Go-Go, like all those names. So that one is way better, and I'll definitely run that at 1 to accompany this package. It's way better. Now, the downside of not having those 2 names, of course, that Onomatopera, like, it's hard to search for 2 targets at this point because you have 1 Go-Go-Go, you have the 3 Dodo-Dodos, you have a Zubaba, and like those 2 are also Gagaga. So you're limiting your options a little bit, but in the combo it's actually possible. I've made the combo all from scratch, and I was able to do the combo, still end on the exact same board, with the only difference that you're not searching the Go-Go Goblinberg from the Gambara, which means you don't get Dodo Warrior in your hand as follow-up for next turn. But in my eyes, cutting down on 2 bricks actually helps the deck in the long run in tournaments, so I really wanted to show you guys this. Onomata Pickup, still really important card. I think you have to run it because the level modulation is just bonkers. It makes starting your combos a lot easier, and it's also a starter. Like, if you open it and they don't have, and you have the way to outdraw unlock, it searches Onomatopera, and Onomatopera searches Dodo Warrior and the Gagaga Gambara Knight. So it is a way to start your combos as well. So you basically have 7 combo starters of this engine. And if you see the Gagaga Gambara Knight together with the Dwarf or the Zubaba Bancho, or you see these 2 together, it doesn't matter, you always have a rank 4 play to begin with. So combination of this is always great. So yeah, that's it for the Onoma package. Ryzeal package. I'm on 2 eyes, 2x'd Sword. Only one sort in this list. I think this is the worst one to start with because if you have to normal sort, you're not getting to any Onoma cards. Like you're not getting to the Dododo, stuff like that, unless you're really lucky with your cross draw. But on top of that, if you normal sort, your next play is going to be Special X because you have to search this. And if you get drolled or you get impermed on this, like it's just over, man. Don't do that. Then you have Note, Star, Cross, and Bonfire. I kind of like to run it like this. Only one sort is the only weird part. I'm not running 7 Tachyons. I don't think you have to run it. It's inherently a neg1 if you're playing it, because you have to put one card back to the deck. But the real reason I'm not playing it is there isn't a real good target that you can search for the Onomatopoeia stuff. Like, if you run the same thing for the Ryzeal stuff, you can search for the Gambara Knight, and sure, that's a thing. I guess you could run a Giant Hand to search for the Gagaga Coat, or maybe the Glove, but there isn't a way to search Dodo Warrior with it, so I really didn't want to go play more into Droll and Lockbird. I'd rather, like, see other cards then. So yeah, that's it for the Ryzeal engine. If you open Ice Ryzeal together with Dodo Warrior, it's just broken, because at that point you can go Ice into Star, Star places the field spell, make Duo Drive, and then you start your Dodo play while being protected by the Duo Drive field spell. So that's just nuts. One Fossil Dyna. I'm running this as a search target for Gallant Granite, and I get it onto the board with the Garas like every time. Even if you have to start with Ryzeal cards, you can still find ways to protect this. Like, I am playing a rank 4 in the extra deck specifically for that. But this card is just like, if you get to start game 1, or like you're using Mulcharmies and their board isn't like too big, the Patchy is actually a way. It's just a win condition. It's crazy. It's stupid. I'm just gonna tell this with this Pachycephalo on the field right now. In any other build, if you're not running this, and the opponent goes, okay, I'm gonna go Mulcharmy Perulia, I'm gonna go Mulcharmy Fuwalos, try to play through it, and you don't have the out for it, but they don't have Droll, or you just want to stop the Droll as the only card. You can give your opponent 15 draws. It won't matter. If you have your complete end board on the field, unless they are playing Droplet, they're not outing this. So that's actually crazy. Like, even with things like Gordian Slicer, because that card also targets, and you have an out for that. Yeah. Now, the rest of the deck is non-engine. So these are 20 engine cards, well, plus the Patchy, so 19 engine and the Patchy. And then we have 20 non-engine. And this is basically why the deck works, because you have a lot of room. I'm on triple Droll, triple Fua, triple Perulia. These are the musts in this format. As soon as the Justice Hunter format is starting, this is going to change up a lot. I have that build practically ready already, but I'm going to show that off post-European Championship, I guess, because right now it's kind of like, why would I already post the Justice Hunter build while we're still in European territory, I guess. But yeah, these are the 9 most important hand traps at this moment. Like, stuff like Mitsurugi just has to be stopped. It's still the best deck, I think, by far, and you just have to do this. Next up, triple Ash Blossom, 1 Ghost Ogre, and double Infinite Impermanence. So, why these? I was running Gamma in my main deck up to not too long ago, but I was like, okay, Gamma is fun, Driver a little bit less fun. It's just another brick, basically, and I wanted to take the bricks out of my main deck. And I was really going at it, and I was like, okay, what if I move these to the side? Because post-side, it's way more likely that my opponent is going to Perulia me. It's way more likely that I'm getting Drolled. So I just moved the Gamma package to the side. So I had more spots. And I was like, okay, what cards am I going to run right now? And at my locals, there's actually a good amount of Vanquish Soul players. A little bit of Rogue, I guess, and then the standard Mitsu players, Luna Light players, stuff like that. So I was like, okay, I kind of want to have something for like Baguska, in case I'm playing against the Luna Light player, stuff like that. Vanquisher of the Rock, like Imperm during your own draw phase, is really good on that. Ghost Ogre, really good as an additional card just to stop the field spell. Vanquish all field spell in that. It's a really good thing. Now, I'm not only playing the hand traps, I'm also playing 2 Forbidden Droplets, which are basically the same for me as the Ghost Ogre, the reasoning for it. I wanted to have these in the deck because of Holisu. Holisu and Baguska, I guess. Now, when they try to play during your first turn, if you have Droplet, you just stop their play completely. You know 2 of the cards in their hand because they reveal for the Holisu. You can just Droplet the Holisu, or you can Ash it, or like you have 5 ways to really stop it easily. And at that point you just win because you know half their hand. They're probably their only play is getting stopped by you. So you're gonna go off, and then at that point, if you get the Fossil Dyna on board, you clear the Holisu, it's just over. Like, they're not gonna do anything. Called by, cross out, instant fusion. These are all outs specifically for draw and lock in this deck. Like I said, I don't care about Mulcharmies. When I end on this, 9 out of 10 I win. It's crazy. It's crazy how powerful this is. I've been playing on the locals, and the only game that I lost was against Luna Light, where we only each had 1 starter, and we had 4 hand traps for the rest. So we kept stopping each other, and he was just the first one that drew a starter piece while I had no more non-engine. So, like, in that regard, it was basically stupid. It was just... It's a war of nutrition at some point, right? And then the game where I could have gone for Fossil Dyna, I just got blown out with Droll and Lock, Heavy Storm, stuff like that, and I couldn't make my board. But if I had just searched for this, because I could have searched as my first search, I would have won that game. I was just not thinking about it, I guess. But this is stupid how good it is. Like, if you go Dodo Warrior, Santa Glove, Special Glove, you immediately go for Gallant Granite, and you search Pachycephalo and they draw you there. You can just normal summon this. And a lot of the decks in the format don't have cards that can out this. Sure, they might be playing Imperm or Droplet even, but they have to draw that. And for monsters, like if you're looking at Malice, Dormouse only has 900, I think, or what is it? I don't know. Anyways, their attacks aren't a lot, and even if they have to crash into this, you're getting to your turn, which is hella important. But yeah, the Fossil Dyna is just it's a crazy card actually. So yeah. Most of the time I just use these for draw and lock. Sometimes it happens that I use it for something else, but then I kind of need to be safe for that. So yeah, that's it for the non-engine. Extra deck. I'm just gonna go through these. You'll see like 90% of it in my 1-card combo anyway. So Utopic Futures Exile, Utopic Future, and Utopic Draco Future. You set this up as one of your first plays, which means that you're pretty safe from Nip. If you open Ice plus Dodo, you're like one of your first plays is to set up the Duo Drive with the Field Spell. So you have so many ways to keep you safe from hand traps in this deck. It's just stupid. Yeah. And then the Utopic Futures Exile is your practical way of protecting the Fossil Dyna as well. You'll see in the combo. Then we have Gaga Girl, Gaga Magician. I like to run the Magician over the Cowboy because this comes up a lot when you go, like, I'm going to show this. Each of these have an effect, which if they are used for an Exceed, for a Utopic Draco Future, so like this, now like this. With Gaga Girl, you can give this thing 2 attacks during the turn it's summoned. The Gaga Magician, if you detach 2 from this material, so like this, This guy gets 4000 attack. So if you went Droll and Lock or Mulch Armies and the opponent went like, okay, I have Mulch Armies on my own, I will just skip the turn and with Mulch Armies I will probably live. You can easily go with the Gagagas. You can just OTK pretty easily. Sure, you'll give them like 4 draws, but like it's a cheeky win because under 4 draws having the OTK is it's brutal. So yeah, some generic rank 4s right here. I'm on Emerald, Granite to search a Fossil Dyna, Dugaris to revive the Fossil Dyna in like 90% of the cases, and number 39 Utopia. This one might seem the weirdest, but it's only in here because with the Ryzeal engine, you cannot make these. If you lock yourself into rank 4s, then you're locked, and you cannot make the future, the Utopic Futures anymore. So you can't protect your Pachi that way. What can you do, however, is if you go, okay, I'll go Dugaris effect, you can special summon this back, and if you have a Utopia on your field, this thing can protect Apache from attacks at the very least. So if they go normal summon, they try to attack it, you protect, it goes to you, and you can go main phase, battle phase. This thing has 2/5, this has 12, this has 12. In 2 turns, you're making game. So, and that's the important thing there. So yeah, Utopia. I never thought I was gonna put this in the deck, but it's there. I guess it could be something else, but I don't know what could protect Apache from anything else. I've looked through the card database. I don't think I found anything. Yeah, if you find another way, hit me up. Trapswitch for Flesia, sending a trap hole with spikes isn't an out. I don't like to run additional bricks in the main deck anymore, so yeah. And then for Ryzeal, the Ryzeal stuff, I guess, we have Detonator, Duo Drive, and the 3 cards to send from Ext. Valon is super important. The combination of having these two makes sure that you can always either pop or negate the floodgate that they have. Also, like against Vanquish Soul, their trap card. If you go special Ext, send Valon target a trap, you can lure it out really easy, and then you can play through it actually. If you have to go summon a sword before they have to go to, it's an additional plus that they make on you, and you really don't want that. And then the last card in the extra deck, Millennium Ice Restrict. Card is nuts. If you open Instant Fusion, this protects so much. The only thing it doesn't really protect from is, of course, the hand traps, the Dominuses, Nibiru. But yeah, I mean, what are you going to do against that? You have other cards for that, I guess. In general, I think Impulse is like the worst card for this deck, because they can even wait until your entire combo is done, and they can Impulse the Dugaris to special summon the Pachi, and then you just don't get that. But at that point, you already have a Monster Negate, you have with a non-still target, by the way. The Zexal Future also is a non-target steal, plus it protects itself. This card also protects my entire board from targeting. You have Detonator with 3 pops. I mean, and a field spell as well. So they might not even get to play through that anyways. Side deck. Gamma Driver. This is basically just for post-siding. I side this in going second and going first. It doesn't matter. But the reasoning for it is just that before siding, this doesn't come up as much. And post-siding, you know what cards don't work in your deck, so you have the additional room often. So you can just put in the Gamma, put in the Driver, and I've had games where I start Bonfire, and they try to draw and lock me, and I go Gamma, and then start with Dodo Warrior, and it's just game. It's so easy to win from there. Triple Lancea. Still have to respect Malice. You don't see it as much, especially on my locals. You don't see Lancea as much. If you do see Lancea, if you do see Malice everywhere on your locals, then I suggest like the next 2 cards to be anti-Malice as well. But I don't see Malice as often, so I am on double DD Crow. I have a lot of Mitsu at my locals, so DD Crow is actually really good against Mitsu. Banishing the ritual spell actually comes up like crazy. And then the second Ogre, because if I go up against Vanquish Soul, I really want to have that second Ogre. Card is nuts. It's also good against Ryzeal still, so I have a lot of application on my locals with it. If you don't have those decks, maybe this can be a 6 card against Malice, for instance. Like, for your side deck, definitely look at your locals. The third Forbidden Droplet, same thing as with the Ogre. I just needed 2 more spots for Vanquish Soul. These are it. 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. I just wanted to have an out for some back row. Even though it's the only card, I'm not even playing Thrust. If you have it, you have it. Triple Tactic Talents. Card is nuts, especially going first. Triple Judgment and Unbreakable Exceed Barrier. These are basically just 4 Solemn Judgments in this deck. If you already have the Onomata Pickup or the Onomata Para, you actually have some lines where with the Gagaga Girl you can search this and you have a searchable Solemn Judgment at that point. But you don't always can make that line, and just having the 4th in your deck to draw is actually also something that can come up. So on my locals, I had 1 game where I went full combo. A guy couldn't stop me because I started with Instant Fusion, then I had Ice into Star, get a field spell, make Duo Drive. So I already had 2 monster negates before my 5th summon. And then I just started playing, and I drew with Emerald, I drew with the Cross, I got to have a second draw with Emerald, I believe, because I had so many bodies. So I had 3 draws, and I ended up having all 3 Solemn Judgments on my opening board as well, on top of having the Pachi, which is just it was sickening. Like, that shouldn't be a thing, but it was. It was. So yeah, that was the deck profile. I'm gonna go over into the combo right now. I'll attempt to make the combo fast. Can't promise anything, of course, but yeah. So this combo is just Dodo Dodo Warrior. And you're going to activate it. Sending Glove, special summoning the Dodo Dodo Warrior. Now, do keep in mind, I don't have any other cards. I'm not expecting to play into hand traps. So that's the thing. I'm just going to do my line as how I am always doing it. If I only have the Dodo Dodo Warrior, and I don't expect Drone Lock, because there are hands where if you only have this and you have enough protection, you just search the Pachi. It's a thing. It's definitely a thing. But that's not this line. So Special Glove, overlay, make the Gaga Gaga Girl. Use Girl effect, detaching the Warrior and searching Onomata Pickup. Warrior effect, search for the Zubaba Bancho. Activate Pickup, getting Onomata Para. And now we're going to trigger the Bancho. So Bancho effect, special hit, use this effect on the Warrior. And now you're going to use Pickup, targeting our Bancho, so these 2 are both level 4. Overlay, and we're gonna go into Duo Drive. Oh my god, you can't see the girl. Duo Drive effect, detach from the girl and detach the Zubaba Bancho. So you can search for Ice and Star. Ice and Sword, so, excuse me. Like this. Normal summon Ice, use the effect, summoning X. Now the reason we're summoning X here, before we do anything else, now we only have rank 4 and level 4, so we can still use the X. So X effect, search for Note. And as you can see, we already have 1, which is going to get a second Ryzeal, so that's 2, 3, 4 monsters on top of this board. So that's something to keep in mind. Right here, overlay the Duo Drive and the Gaga Girl in the extra monster zone, and we're going to summon our F-Zeros. So we're going to summon the number F-Zero Utopic Future. Now keep in mind, this card cannot be made with number monsters. So definitely watch out, because you have a number monster in your extra deck, and it's called number 39 Utopia and number 60 Dugaris the Timeless. Those are the 2 number monsters that you cannot make this with. And then on top of that Utopic Future, you're going to put the Draco Future. And now we are nip proof. So let's just pull this down a bit so you can see it better. So we're nip proof. That's important. What we're going to do now is we're going to overlay. And we're going to go into Daigusto Emerald. Now you might think, why are we going to go into Emerald? Well, the truth be simple, it's really easy. We need the Sababa Bancho in the deck again for the Gaga Gambara Knight for our Onomatopera. It's the way to get 2 searches still, and that's important. Also because this is a pure 1-card combo, we need a draw. We need the actual cost for the Onomatopera as well. So the Daigusto Emerald actually does both jobs really good. So yeah. Use the Emerald's effect. We're going to detach next, and we're going to put back the Dorudo Warrior, the Zubaba Bancho, and the glove. Now, if you've already used hand traps somewhere, like you negated a Fua loss with an Ash, something like that, then I would suggest leaving the Dorudo Warrior in the graveyard and shuffling back the Ash, for instance. Because these two you want to have in the deck, but the Dorudo Warrior doesn't matter. It's just the 3rd card that you're going to put back. And we're going to draw a card. Now, just for sake of this video, I'm going to draw into a Forbidden Droplet. Doesn't matter the card. It's just to have a card that doesn't affect anything else. Activate the Onomatopera, discard the Droplet, and we are going to search for the Zubaba Bancho alongside the Gambara Knight. Use Gambara Knight, and we're going to reveal the Gaga Gaga Magician in our extra deck to special summon itself together with the Bancho. Overlay. And go into Gallant Granite. Granite effect. Detach the Gambara Knight specifically. And you're going to search for Fossil Dyna Pachycephalo. Gambara Knight is going to trigger, so you get to search for a Go-Go-Go. And what else than the card that we also put back, the Dorudo Dwarf Go-Go-Go Glove. Now, this card is just follow-up in your hand. The card doesn't really matter in general, but if they do out the Pachycephalo some way, you have this as a possible normal summon in your next turn to have an additional level 4. Does it come up? Probably not, but just having it, maybe you have a drop, maybe you actually have another droplet or something, and this card is an additional card that you can pay cost for, so yeah. But now that we've used our Gallant Granite, we are going to overlay our 2 Exceeds, and we are going to make the Utopic Future Zexal. Now this card is just nuts. It protects. Like, the only card on the field that the opponent can target is this one. So even if they have their own stuff that they want to target, they can't. Utopic Future Zexal just stops that. If they want to attack something, they have to attack this, and this guy is gonna get real big. Right now, we do have a Ryzeal in the graveyard, even 2, so we can start by using Sword. Sword effect. And from now on, we are locked. But do we care about this lock? No. Star effect, special summon it. You can basically pick anything that you want to detach. The 2 that you're probably going to detach is either the Ryzeal Duo Drive from underneath the Utopic Draco Future. That's the most common one because in the 1-card combo, that's just the most viable. But if you have some more extenders, then you could also opt to detach the Emerald for later Eclipse Twins plays, because that way you could actually have another draw on top of things. So yeah, but in this case, just detach the Duo Drive, use a Star Ryzeal, and we're gonna get the cross, use the effect, and activate it. Right here, we're going to use Note, use the effect, detach the Pachycephalo, and we're going to special summon back the Ice. Using Ice and Star Ryzeal, we're gonna summon our Detonator, using Detonator's effect. And I'm going to attach the Gambara Knight. It doesn't really matter, but this one could come up like next turn, just in case. If this card gets shuffled back into the deck somehow, The Gambara Knight would just search it back. It is just a possible way to get something back. All the other cards don't do that, so yeah. And then the final play, of course, is overlaying into the Gares. So let's do it like this. And then using the Gares effect, detaching two to revive. And you're going to special summon back the Fossil Dyna Pachycephalo. Final play, don't forget your cross draw. And we're going to put back the two fires. It's just the safe way. And you're going to draw another card. So let's say we are drawing a Crossout Designator. Just for fun to show it. You can set it. Even if they have Droplet, you can chain Crossout, banishing the Droplet. It is a thing that could come up. But basically, this is your one card combo. You end on so much here. And the only thing that you have to fear, probably, is your opponent either having things like Evenly, actually having the Droplets, like cards that most of the time they don't main deck. And then the one thing that I've actually lost against that you have to watch out for is Talents. Because you don't actually have to activate anything right here. If they have something to bait you that you actually have to get rid of this, then you can, I guess then you can chain, but Ryzeal Cross just negates without activating monster effects, so there's a thing. Definitely use that first before using monster effects, because if they Talents away your Draco Future, for instance, I'm just gonna say it like this, or your Ryzeal Detonator for all I care. Like, imagine they talent your Detonator. Like, I'll just do it like this. And they attack over the Fossil Dyna Pachy. And then they can just make Zeus on top. They just wipe your board. Because sure, you can attempt to negate with the Utopic Draco Future, but then they'll just chain the Zeus again and the board is gone. That's the only way, which already happened to me once in testing, that is probably going to out this board. But in general, like, this is just awesome. This is off one card. So yeah. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, just put it down in the comments below. I love to read your comments. Getting likes is just, I think it's fun. I wish you all the best of luck at European Championship. I'm not going because I'm getting married this weekend. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.